Good morning. It's Fish the Beach Bum Investor with your cryptocurrency discussion and report for the 12th. I always have to check. 12th of February 2018. I wanted to focus on the exchanges and some of the claims of hacking. It's really, really funny. Binance have claimed that they had a server issue. McAfee was insinuating a hack. And on the other hand, Bitgrail are claiming they've been hacked, and Nano are saying, no, you haven't been. So it's been really interesting. But before we get onto that, I just wanted to pop over to screen share and show you why. I often rant about this. I haven't for a while, but I often rant about having your jackpot buys and sells set. Now, it's not a huge amount or anything, but I just want you to have a look at the ICX charts overnight against BNB, against the Binance coin. Look at this big spike down where there wasn't enough buy orders to fill a sell. Could have been a misclick for sure. But all I know is I picked up 30 ICX tokens for 3 BNB. So I got or might have been just a little bit over 3 BNB, but I got a really, really good rate. So not a huge gain, but $100 is $100 based on the current prices. That's what I made on that. So, you know, it's a good reason why you always have those jackpots set. I like to anyway. Served me well in the past. Popping back over to the chat. So who's in today? Oh, I forgot to even bring it up. Very professional, Fish. Well done. Floyd's in. And that's about it at this stage. If you're watching. All right, guys, I'll take you over to these articles that I found. It's a bit of information about potential hackings on exchanges. Binance being a fairly high-profile one, with McAfee adding fuel to the fire in the last 24 hours. But also the Bitgrail potential hack of nano coins. So we're going to take a look at a couple of articles that I found on those two and go from there. Beach? It's so nice down there. I was out surfing this morning. All right, coming over to these articles. Okay, we might start. Look, I won't go through this one in detail because this is quite a long article. But basically, there's some. We'll have a look at the Twitter, sort of the Twitter war between the two. John McAfee, people are saying that Binance is back up. Can anyone prove this with hard evidence that they have successfully traded anything on Binance in the past 11 hours? I'm unable to do so. Not trying to spread FUD, but I have received dozens of reports like this one. I'm just trying to understand. As a security researcher, I know that potential hacks are far more easy to solve if investigated immediately. Days later magnifies the task by orders of magnitude. And then there's this thing that was apparently photoshopped, and it's saying that, you know, we've been potentially hacked. Changpeng Zhao came out and basically just pretty much one-lined it. But you were spreading FUD. We will prove you wrong. And then they went on to provide their wallet addresses so people could see that they hadn't been compromised. And if I go down to the bottom of the article, just having a look here. They actually, I can't find the exact quote here, but they did actually transfer coins from their cold storage to a hot wallet to prove that they hadn't been hacked as well. So the Binance thing seems to be above board to me. That's a good article, and the link for that is in the description. I won't read the whole thing, but one I will read is this one, which is really interesting to me. And this is some of the dangers we have in the crypto economy. And while it's a bit of the Wild West and a bit unregulated, there's a few cowboys in the area. So let's have a read of this one, and it's pretty interesting. Also, the link for this one is in the description from fortune.com. Bitgrail cryptocurrency exchange claims $195 million lost to hackers. An obscure Italian cryptocurrency exchange called Bitgrail claims that it was hacked late last week and lost roughly $195 million worth of customers' cryptocurrency. But others, including the developers who created the stolen cryptocurrency, have suggested not all may be as it appears. Bitgrail, based in Italy, is one of many exchanges globally which allow the trading of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Bitgrail was recently one of the main portals for trading of Nano, formerly Roblox, guys, Roblox, a cryptocurrency cryptocurrency formerly known as Roblox. Last Thursday, Bitgrail founder Francesco Ferrano claims to have discovered that 17 million nano tokens, then worth roughly 195 million, had been stolen by hackers. but that claim has been greeted with widespread skepticism, fueled in part by recent suspicious moves by Bitgrail. In early January, the exchange halted all withdrawals and deposits of Nano, as well as Lisk and crypto forecast tokens. That was followed by the announcement that Bitgrail would enforce identity verification and anti-money laundering protocols for its users and potentially block non-European users, despite the fact that it did not deal with government currencies or banks. According to cryptocurrency news site The Merkle, at least some users at that time were already suspicious that the site was maneuvering towards a so-called exit scam, and the price of Nano dropped by 20% on the news. Then, in the wake of the alleged hack, Verano asked the developers of the Nano currency to fork their records to restore the funds supposedly stolen from the exchange. This is an eyebrow-raising request, since the immutability of transaction records is one of the core features of cryptocurrency and held as sacrosanct by many supporters of the technology. The Nano team responded by publicly rejecting the request, sharing a copy of their communication with Verano, and furthermore alleging that we now have sufficient reason to believe that Verano has been misleading the Nano core team and the community regarding the solvency of Bitgrail exchange for a significant period of time. The strong implication is that Verano had mismanaged customer assets and was claiming a hacker's cover. The Nano team did not provide further specific evidence of this claim, however, and would have obvious motives for drawing attention away from any security flaws in their own technology. Verano, 31, told the Italian news site Sol24 that he has received multiple death threats since announcing the hack and filing a police report, which he said is now being investigated. Users on Twitter and Reddit are circulating photos of Verano accompanied by implicit and explicit threats. The $195 million loss is still smaller than several previous cryptocurrency exchange collapses. In 2014, at least $387 million worth of Bitcoin was reportedly stolen from Japan's Mt. Gox exchange, coins that would be worth billions of dollars at current prices. And just last month, $534 million worth of cryptocurrency called NEM was stolen from Coincheck, another Japan-based exchange. Many international exchanges are essentially unregulated, and even US-based cryptocurrency exchanges are not protected by any sort of consumer insurance along the lines of FDIC coverage for bank deposits. Because of this heightened risk, environment, cryptocurrency experts strongly discourage leaving tokens in the custodianship of exchanges. Very important, guys. We talk about that all the time on here. Buy your tokens, get them into a wallet, and instead using a local wallet. Nano may be a relatively little known cryptocurrency, well, that's debatable. But even after news of the Bitgrail loss pushed its price down, the total value of outstanding tokens exceeds $1 billion. So there you go, a couple of articles I found. It's an interesting point that I wanted to talk a little bit about today, and that's cryptocurrency hacks and something that does scare the general public in this space because that's those sorts of amounts of money going missing does frighten the public. So is that part of what's having an effect on our economy? I mean, we've had a lot of them announced recently. It's interesting. Let's see who's in. Grinkers is in. Mike is in. The more John McAfee speaks, the more I am forced to question his true motives. Quite frankly, it seems there really wasn't a better way for Binance to have handled it. Quite professional, actually. Yep. I agree. Like it was unscheduled. Like McAfee comes out in his tweets saying, "Oh, most people schedule maintenance," and they're like, "Well, it was unscheduled, but it's still maintenance. It was still a server issue, not a hacking." Unlike perhaps Mr. Self-castrating McAfee, yeah. Oh, sorry, McAfee. Who cares? Do you think he'll wear a condom, the grub? Naughty-o. Oh, you guys. Well, I am. How you doing, man? Joe's in. McAfee is fun personality. Like it, hear himself talk. Oh, likes to hear himself talk. Yeah, I like the guy. I said agreed. I've seen a few of the docos on him. When he lived in Belize, it looked like the Wild West with a beach. Nah, Kurt, I missed out, man. Kurt's asked if I ever tried mining crypto. And I looked at it back when Vertcoin was at about 60 cents, and I could have had a nice big bag going when it ran up to like $10 a coin, but I didn't. No, mining's a difficult thing for me, and most of the things that I read suggest that you're actually better off investing in the coin rather than mining it, buying the equipment to mine it. One of the best people to speak to is Grinkus. He does have a pretty wicked mining setup, and he's in the channel. He's in the chat now. So if you got any questions about it, Kurt, just fire away, man. We'll try and get Grinkus to answer them for you. But Grinkus really does the mining stuff for our crypto wave investment crew. There's a few people in like we've got a mining channel in our Discord group. But me, myself, no, never mind. I have obviously run proof of stake coins. So the non-mining miners mining, I guess. Yeah, so I've earned residual income from coins, running masternodes and so forth. Grinker said, happy to help. Good on you, man. Legend. Rockets in. I'm good, man. Mikey, I've been down the beach, had a surf this morning. D messaged me and said it was pumping. So I rushed down there with my board to 1 to 2 foot waves. So thank you, D. Never trusting your surf report again. Well, it's fun though, man. As the water's crystal clear, it's like, I don't know, it looks like it's going to hit 30 degrees or something like that Celsius on the Gold Coast today. So beautiful day. Got to be happy. Been surfing lately, or all I am? I think I just answered that one. Yeah, I went out this morning, man. I've been putting on a little weight because I haven't been surfing enough. So competition season starting again. I better bloody get back out there. Floyd says, with regards to McAfee, I buzz off him, but he can be a dick, but can't we all? Yeah, I definitely can be. Power discount here now, Fisho. Cheaper mining now. New company, Alinta. Alinta, Nodio. Oh, we got Alinta in Australia, man. That's actually who I'm with for my energy. It's pretty good. You get a decent discount if you pay your bill on time. So usually I let the bill run late and pay the extra because I can make more. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm not, but don't do that. I'm running 2 GTX 1080s. Got them before price pump. Said Kurt. Yeah, I think Grinkers is running some. What are you running, Grinkers? Grinkers sent me a video with his mining setup, and it's ridiculous. Just rats everywhere. But Grinkers has done well out of mining, so I know some. You know, if you got in early, Kurt, like you're suggesting, mining's been a profitable industry for a lot of people. They say now that it's, you know, especially with Bitcoin mining, it's virtually impossible to take on the big guys. But Wade Weiss said, I'll mine Neo. Few people bullish on Neo. Yeah, all I am, come over, man. I'll be here. I should be here in July. I can't think. I was thinking about going to Indonesia in May, so I should be back by July. Yeah, come surf Australia, man. I surfed D-Bell this morning. You got Snapper Rocks, Kira, all the famous surf breaks just around here. I'll go out for a paddle with anyone. It's usually 300 people out there with us because it's the Gold Coast, and that's how busy it is these days. Nodio said, hot as here, isn't it, Fisho? Already 32, just got out of the pool to listen to God. No, I don't know about God. Nodio, are you in Australia these days? You are, aren't you? Kiwi in Australia these days? I can't remember which part of Oz you're in. Anyway, Anton Rediker. Hey, you think this will go back to 20K? Or is it all over like Richard Hart says? Anton Rediker, I actually watched that interview live with Ivan that you're talking about. I flicked on and he was live and I thought, oh, I've listened to this. Richard's usually not a fan of all the altcoins that I like, but hey, at least he likes Bitcoin. Let's hear what he's got to say. And, you know, he is an intelligent guy as well, if I'm being honest. That was one of the things that attracted me to him and watching some of his content. Yeah, it wasn't easy. Like, he had a bit of a breakdown over it, didn't he? But, you know, the funny thing is, if it had grown gradually to this price, if it what are we at, 8,000 or something, around that, if we'd grown gradually to that price rather than having the big pump of potentially, like, there's many theories about why we pumped and dumped so hard within the space of 2 months, everything from the futures being introduced to, you know, it actually being news driven with bans coming out of China and regulation coming out of Korea. There's a lot of speculation. It was overheated and it was a combination of things. But no, I have a strong feeling that we'll be like, this has actually surprised me, Anton, that we haven't gone back down and tested out like $6,000 again, or even seven. I think I was saying 7.4 when I had a look at the charts. I'm not a technical analyst, mate. So please, as always, make your own decisions when you're investing in the crypto economy. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment and hopefully you get some information out of it as well. But I was expecting to test some supports down lower again, and the bounces off there have been so rapid. So to me, there's more confidence in the market than I expected after such a vicious freefall, which is a good sign to me. You know, people talk about bubbles, and the one thing that I can say is that bubbles pop, don't come back. And I think Bitcoin still will. Will it get to bubble stage? Probably. And, you know, considering 20 grand for its stage of development, it was probably at that stage of bubble. But you got to think now we've taken roughly a 60% reduction in that price from highs at 20 grand, and the technology's been developed further. We've got Lightning Network now. Coinbase are looking at implementing that. So wider adoption and wider distribution of SegWit and Lightning Network within the Bitcoin network, which is good. It cuts down fees and increases speed, gets Bitcoin back to being feasible as an actual currency. So no, I don't agree with Richard on this one. I don't hate him because he's decided that Bitcoin's no longer any good. I think it was an overreaction. You know, it's easy to get euphoria and to get elated with $20,000 price points when you got in as early as Richard did. And one thing that Crypto Investor said, I think it was Crypto Investor? Might have been Crypto Investor or Coin Mastery. Carter Thomas. I can't remember who said it, but it was a very, very good point. And they said that the gains are never the highs from the gains are never as exhilarating as the devastating lows from the losses. And I think we've seen that play out. Perhaps he hadn't had enough sleep or something. I don't know. He seemed emotional. But I don't think it's over, Anton. The blockchain is still immutable. It still acts as a store of wealth and being worked towards as a transaction medium once again, like a viable transaction medium for low amounts. Nothing moves in straight lines. Richard's been in markets for a long time. I'm surprised he thought it would just keep sailing over 20 and continue forever. So no, I'm not concerned, man. Like I think we've still got a long way to go to reach all-time highs. I don't know where they're going to be. Most people are still, like a lot of people who are bullish on it are still calling 50, 60,000, 40 to 60,000, let's say, by the end of the year. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, but I don't really mind. The thing is, I got into Bitcoin at about 1,600 US was my first ever buy. I got a long way to go to be down. And I do believe in the technology. You know, I'm not a technological person, but I have researched as much as I can to catch up. And the blockchain, you know, we talk about the exchange hackings. That was one of the things we put on for the topics today. But and to the general public, they don't understand the difference. I speak about how my mum called me when the one with NEM got hacked. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it, sorry. But the Japanese exchange that got hacked for the NEM, and my mum called me and said, oh, Bitcoin got hacked. And I went, whoa, okay. First of all, Bitcoin did not get hacked. Bitcoin has never been hacked. The blockchain's immutable. It's unhackable. And I said, second of all, it was an exchange wallet. So the blockchain's still fine. It's still brilliant technology. So yeah, I'm sorry to go on a rant for that one, Anton, but it is something, you know, where you get a major supporter of Bitcoin deciding, no, this is all over now. That can hurt confidence. And I understand that. And people who take Richard's advice and opinion on that, I understand that. It's, you know, not everyone's in this for the same reason. A lot of people in it for purely to make money. And I'd say those are the people who are going to be less interested in Bitcoin, because it's proven that yes, it can be a great way to make money, but it can also lose value very, very quickly while it's in its infancy. And while there's uncertainty and while we're still figuring out exactly what this technology is. So I think we've got a long road ahead of us. And I often say, like, if you try and get rich overnight, you're probably going to lose all your money. if you think 5, 10 years, you might just get rich overnight. So I've got when I first got into the economy, it was a 3-year plan to the next halvening, and then I'd reassess. So I got in 2017, midway through 2017, and I said I'll reassess in 2020. Until then, I'll do a little bit of trading, yeah, but I'll be bag holding most of the stuff that I buy. It's a cool question, Anton. Sorry for the massive rant there. Now it's going to take me ages to catch up on all the bloody chat as well. That's my own fault, not yours. Leafs won 6-3 last night. They were up 4-1 last time I remember. Good to see them holding that lead and going on to win the match. Is it called a match, a game? I'm not sure what it's referred to in ice hockey. Hourglass, how you going? You could run an extension lead from the neighbours, cheaper power. For mining, no, that's okay. I'm going to get some solar, I think. Neo 1000 by 2018 says Hourglass. Typical Neo shill from Hourglass. Don't pay too much attention to those of you new to the channel. Oh, and if you are new, feel free to subscribe. We talk crypto every day. Saw one analysis saying it's better to buy gas than to buy Neo. Mark G, it was really, really interesting. I saw a similar one and I questioned it, but I've got to learn more about it. Someone told me gas is the real Neo. And the only reason you have Neo is to get gas. I said, well, you can invest in ICOs with Neo as well. So it's an interesting discussion. I have to look more into it and formulate my own opinion on that, man. But I've got a video. I've got a video that I really, really want to work on. I've come up with a pretty good idea, and I think you'll like it. Well, I think it's a reasonable idea. You guys will probably fall asleep. Anyway, it's my channel. Grinkers, mining equipment, 32 S9s, 4 LTC, 2 Dash, 56 GPUs on ETH. Yeah, he's got some mining equipment. Yeah, Kurt. So if you ever want to talk mining, man, just pop over and talk to Grinkers in our. Well, you know, we've got a mining channel in our Discord group, so just pop over. Yeah, there you go. Hourglass just said gas is the real Neo. You'll have to explain that to me, Hourglass. I got to, save me some time and doing all the research myself. PIVX $100 this year, said Elysium Core. I would love to see that Elysium Core. Looking forward to Japan. Looking forward to meeting up. Yeah, I think we'll have longer around this level as well. I thought we could even trade between even $6,000 and $9,000. You know, that seems like an excessive range, but I think you've got to give yourself an excessive range in this economy. I was hoping 6 would be low, and I was hoping support would be tested there more, because then it builds up. More times it hits 6 and bounces off it, the better that acts as support, the better it confirms that as a support level. So I was kind of hoping for another bounce down to it first, but it didn't happen. Joe said, Richard Hart turned into a Bitcoin grizzly bear. I think he's getting into Byteball on the ground floor. Really, there's a buy order for 707 shares at 585. Go have a look. No, I haven't got any of my exchanges up, Joe. But I did see you streaming about that one. I saw it on your channel. Yeah, he was overreacting, Anton, for sure, man. Coin Mastery said that the gains are harder to make after 50% loss. Yeah, he's got some good advice, Carter Thomas. So that reminds me, guys. Did I tell you I've got a nephew now? Congratulations to my sister. How's the beach, girls?
That was good. So good.
Oh, jealous. Even though I was there. I'm going back after lunch, for sure. Anyway, my sister had a baby. So congratulations. And she called him Carter. I swear if that kid looks at me and goes, "What's up, uncle?" I'm going to go, "Whoa, that's weird." So there you go. Congratulations to my sis, and looking forward to meeting my little nephew Carter. And his father's a surfboard shaper, and I was a national champion for bodyboarding. So I'd say the kid is going to be bored with salt water in his veins. Nodio, I had a doubter send me a negative vid to watch. Jordan Belfort. This is the crap out there that some non-educated are looking at. What a joke. I sent him back 60 minutes doing a scam report on him. Yeah, man. That's it. See, he was scamming in Australia. I remember that, Nodio. Jordan Belfort. And don't forget, man, I watched that video where he went, he was yelling. And I've got to ask the question, how much crack had he done that day? And I'm not even joking. He was off his head, if you ask me. Got a nice slab all to myself the other day. Got a Love Island. Oh, nice, man. I surfed with like 500 of my friends out at D-Bar this morning. No, it wasn't that crowd. It wasn't too bad. But I miss surfing in Sri Lanka because there's like literally, I don't know, the places where like around Bentota and that, there's like 10 locals who surf maximum. And you get down south, there's a few more locals who surf, but most of it's tourists learning to surf. So you can go to the reefs and just get it to yourself. It's amazing. This never gets that big down there, but it's pretty consistent. I surfed a left called Lazy Left at Mitigama. It's brilliant. Like they call it Lazy Left, but if you take off on the inside, you can get pitted. You can get a nice barrel. So, you know, they just weren't taking off deep enough. If the US stocks drop a couple more times over the next week, there will be more enter the crypto market. It's not far away, said Noddio. Mikey, who would take Belford seriously about anything after watching that movie? Yeah. You know, the thing is he seemed most distraught about the fact that young people would no longer like him and they were his people. And they always contacted him about the movie. I'm like, who casted that movie? Because, dude, you look nothing like Leonardo DiCaprio. Haven't seen it, Wade. Wade said, speaking of doubters, did anyone watch the Peter Schiff interview on Ivan on Tech? I haven't seen it, man. I don't mind Ivan on Tech. I only sort of found him recently. He's a bloody smart dude. Yeah, we have a saying for guys like Belford in Australia. It's a blow ass. Yeah, he is. Speaks shit. Stock market is going to be a bloodbath, says Rocket. Mark G said is wishing Grinkers continued success with his mining. Yeah, Grinkers has done really well in the mining game. He's played it well. But he said, I'm late to the game, so I'm focusing on staking. That's what I've been doing, Mark. It's worked out for me, man. Anton said, true words. I was like Richard around at BitMEX leverage trades. We are here for the long run, like the Winklevoss twins. Yeah, man, they've done well, haven't they? It's 2 a.m. here in Europe, but I really enjoy your live streams. Thanks again. Oh, no worries, man. Good to speak to you, Anton. One of the few places in the world I haven't surfed in Europe. I lived in Manchester for a little while. Congrats to being an uncle. Yeah, man, I'm stoked. Little Carter, I won't say his last name and I'll probably get in trouble for that. So, no, I'm stoked. He's got the same middle name as me as well. So, but we share a middle name. I can just see there's going to be a lot of tension between. Well, his father's a stand-up and I'm a bodyboarder. So, no, I'm just kidding. It's going to be good. He'll have his options and he'll have, he'll have very good teachers. So, if he wants to surf. My nieces don't surf at all, play tennis. What happened, Noddio? Noddio said, I think Richard Hart has changed his tune because his shirt shop got raided. I will tell you one thing, I think, though, Noddio, I don't think it was smart to diss every crypto when he's about to launch his own. I don't think that's going to, I don't think that's a smart move if he's looking to raise good money in his ICO phase and that, because people go, this guy doesn't even believe in crypto, but he's launching his own. Like, I like Richard, but you put that together and it just feels like a cash grab, even if I don't believe that he would be cash grabbing. That's what it feels like. Hey, Fish, would you mind quickly giving your impression on Qtum? Can it really be BTC plus Ether, or will it get drowned out by more established platforms? I'm interested because of MedToken. Yeah, look, I think Qtum's good tech, man. Mikey, I got a tip on that back when it was very, very cheap, man. From a guy out of South Korea saying it was going to be right up there with Neo in that battle. The thing I have with Neo and Qtum is that I think this is an opinion that I got. I can't remember again, one of the YouTubers or an article. Can't always remember where I got the information, but I thought, that's a really fair opinion, the way that China works. And the suggestion was that one of the Chinese projects will probably win out big because the government will back them. And that'll be pretty much all you're allowed to do on China, and they'll have heavy control over it and all that sort of stuff. At this stage, if you look at the history, Neo was invited to the Trusted Blockchain Conference by the Chinese government. Qtum wasn't. But Qtum Their tech is really good. As you said, they're attracting tokens. They're attracting people to build on it. There's no reason in my mind they can't coexist. And I think Qtum was down at like $20 or something, wasn't it? It had dropped down quite a lot last time I checked. So I think it's probably pretty good buying relative actually to Neo at this stage. 29, it's come up a bit. I think at its lowest it was 20. But yeah, it's I think it's a good project. I think that whole launching a node into space was probably more publicity based than functional. But anyway. Do you know electric skateboards? It's like surfing on the street. Evolved skateboards, good investment. Anton? You mean these ones? Yeah, man. I got the base. This is how I get everywhere. I don't even drive my car. Like very rarely do I drive. This is like an off-road wheels. Quality skateboards, man. I pick up like, just on eco mode, I pick up like 27K an hour. If I've, slightly downhill street or just a flat street, I can probably pick up 27K. And it's still got fast mode and GT mode above that. But man, they were wicked boards. Loving it. Surfing in snow right now in Ireland. I heard you can do that in Canada too, Kurt. Tofino, you can go straight down like a snow-covered beach into the water. I struggle with my mobility when I get into a thick wetsuit because I grew up on the Gold Coast, so I grew up surfing very rarely with a wetsuit at all. Like only 2 or 3 months a year that we really have to put one on, and it's only a 2 mil. So we don't really need thick wetsuits around here. So when I get into one, I feel really constricted. It makes me feel like I can't breathe, and it also makes me feel like I can't move properly. Good surf in South Africa. Problem is the empty beaches have seals at them every now and then, one less. Yeah, man. That's the thing. Like I really want to surf Africa, and I want to surf like Namibia at skeletons, but I'm pretty freaked out about sharks around that area. We'll see what happens in the future. But I was hoping to go to South Africa. I spoke to one of the selectors at the start of the year, and he said, "Fish, you're surfing really well. What are your plans in the end of the year?" And I said, "Oh, not much because I retired." And he goes, "Do you want to come to South Africa on tour?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, I can't just give it to you. You're going to have to perform." He said, "I'm really looking at the Wilcox, which is a big drop knee event that we have here, international one." He said, "If you perform there, I can justify putting you in the team." I said, "Sweet." And I made finals down at Wilcox, surfed 6 times or something, 6 or 7 times. Like, a lot of people you have to get through in a big competition like that. Got through to the finals, and I did come last in the finals, but to me, that's like an international event. Getting through to the finals, that was performing, and I got left off the team, so I was gutted. Got missed out on the South African tour. That's where Gary Thatcher won the Wilcox, and he did replace one of the drop knee spots. So it felt fair enough. And Asa Glossop took the other spot, and he is a bit of a legend. So I couldn't really complain. I was just gutted that I was told if I performed, I'd be on the team again. And then I got bumped right before the South Africa tour. What if crypto only took that dip because stock market crashed as well? I don't think it's likely to. I don't know. I don't think it's likely to have a correlating relationship going forward. It's so hard to tell. It's in its infancy, so to pick up correlating relationships like that's really difficult. I wonder what Zuckerberg is up to. He's coming out with something. I think he's going to maybe look at remunerating content like Steam. Not AI, yeah, probably, or AI. Heard he's big on that. Anton, the Korean Bitcoin fund manager as well. I'm in one of his clubs and pod 0.08 Ether for that. Laugh out loud. Now he cut my monthly fees to 0 because of all that FUD. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Oh, the fees, yeah. Fees got cut out on Binance as well. Yeah, they're running. Roland Carl said Nazar's got in Portugal. It's got 70-foot plus waves at the moment. I think they're running the big wave surfing comp over there at the moment, aren't they? Probably check it out on YouTube. It's more interesting than this channel. Neo to the effing moon, said Hourglass. Will Neo pass BitConnect on the way there? I had a look at BitConnect the other day. I was just scrolling through lower market caps. It's dropped down to $20 million overall market cap. Ethercept said, effing Gary Thatcher. Man, the guy's a legend. Kurt, I'm a DKer, man. I'm not real good at prone. I gave up prone years and years ago and pretty much just ride exclusively DK now. So, no, don't slide on my stomach too often. Actually, never. I literally cannot remember the last time I did it. We had a monster day a couple of years ago out at Lovers, and it was like there's footage of it online, and it's just like real slabby out at Lovers. It gets into a sandbank like that deep. Don't let it mistake it just because it's not reef. It's like I've popped my shoulder out there, all sorts of things. So it's pretty full on. And I took off on one, and top to bottom it just came off. It was so steep. Came off top to bottom. And this Grom goes, oh, why didn't you go prone? And I was like, dude, I have more chance of making that drop knee than I do prone. I don't even remember how to ride prone. It's been that many years. Seb said, I'm slightly concerned about XRB being nano. People are a bit down on them recently, so I'm not sure what to do with my 17 million. 17 million XRB. Very good, Seb. Well done. South Africa is an awesome place. Could live in Stellenbosch, Cape Town. Without the crime, it's one of the best. I'd love to get over there, man. Got a lot of friends from South Africa. We had a heavy influx of South Africans into Australia in the late 90s, early 2000s. What about BTCZ, Bitcoin private, real or shite coin? Less than a penny right now. Mark G, you know my thoughts on these things. You want a privacy coin, there's plenty of good ones in the market. But I just don't, like, if you are going to fork from Bitcoin and you use the prefix Bitcoin, you've lost me because you're being unoriginal. I think that you're being knowingly misleading to newbies. Like, remember we had a question from one of the people in yesterday about Bitcoin private in the stream. And he said, oh, I thought they were like official from Bitcoin. I'm like, see, this is the problem. People come in thinking all these forks are like official forks from Bitcoin, and they're providing. It's misleading, and I think it's intentionally misleading, and I don't like that. So I'm really struggling to find any energy to even go look at the project, because Bitcoin have got plans to implement privacy protocols anyway. So why did they have to fork and do it? I don't get it. I'd have to read the white paper. Maybe there's a really good reason for it, but even if there is, there's not a really good reason for stealing the name Bitcoin. I can never justify that. Hate it. Elysium Core, let me know your trips, your plans on Tokyo. Yep. I'll be in the US for a short trip, but we'll meet you at least a day. Cool. Cool, Elysium Core. Yeah, man, I think we're heading over on like the 25th of Feb, and we'll be in Tokyo for a few days. So I'll send you my schedule anyway, man. I got you on Discord, so if it overlaps, we'll catch up for sure. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Binance has got 70% off for sure. Trying to ride on the coattails of BTC, that's what I think, Roland Carl. I don't like it. Ethercept. Hourglass, if you're going to buy, or anyone, 49K solid ERC20 tokens for 8K, only 100K supply. It's a steal. Which one's that for? Don't know which one you're talking about. Except Ron Carl doesn't show a lot of confidence in your brand. No, I don't think so either. I have the best contact for you in Johannesburg, Fisher. My cousin is one of the best guys. Has an absolute ball there. A few real good businesses. Sweet, man. I'd love to get over there. I'm doing Japan, obviously, next, just speaking to Elysium Core. And then I'm thinking Indonesia. Or we'll see what we need to get to, but do some surfing with Tanya. Anyone forking should rename their coin and make sure that it has an original use case. I agree, Seb. I really agree, mate. Nodio, did I get your message on YouTube? I don't always go through them, dude. Sorry. No, so I didn't. If you want to pop it in the chat now, or if it's on yesterday's video, I'll go and find it, dude. No problem. Yeah, Roland Carl, I've never been. I've been to Asia a fair bit, obviously having lived in Sri Lanka, but I've never actually been to Japan. So really looking forward to it. I was going to start I was going to start. You are learning Japanese at the moment, Roland? I was going to start just like for a month doing an hour a day. So I had some phrases in that when I got over there. And then I didn't have time. So it's going to be interesting for me. I usually like to do that when I travel. You know, if you got a month beforehand, you do an hour each day, you'd be surprised how much you can pick up and how much it helps. Hi, said Elysium Core. Roland Carr grew up on anime. Cool. Oh, we're talking about everything but crypto. You know how it works, Hourglass. Sorry. Neo. You happy? It was my phone number. I'm in Monaco Street. Oh, are you seriously in Monaco Street, man? My grandmother and my sister live in Monaco Street. So there you go. I'll be up to, we'll go for a beer or something next time I'm down visiting. I'll be visiting soon because I've got a nephew now to go and visit. I got in trouble from that, from my mum. She messaged me yesterday and goes, "Are you coming to meet your nephew?" I'm like, "Oh, I was just giving my sis a few days to chill out after the birth, you know." Oh dear. All right, let me have a look at the market since we're not talked any crypto today. We talked a little bit about hackings. We've got an ICO we're looking at the moment, guys. I'm not going to mention it on here, but if you're looking for new stuff to have a look at, there's one that I'm pretty bullish on. It's a couple I like. There wasn't a huge response from the Crypto Wave investment crew on one, so I might do that myself. And the other one, it looks like we're going to do a group one. So if you're interested in ICOs, we have got another one we're looking at. Just collecting like how much you want at the moment, how much like your budget, what your budget is to invest. And we're looking at Ether we're looking at Ether. So if you are interested, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring you over to screen share so we can have a look together. For those of you who weren't here at the start of the stream, I did something at the start of the stream. There's only a few people on, so I'll just show you again. This is why you always have your jackpot orders set. This is how I picked up 30. I know it's not a lot of coins or anything, but I picked up 30 ICX coins for literally $27 at the exchange rate last night because of this massive dip into Binance coin. This is the Binance to ICX thing, and there's this massive dip where there's nothing in the buy books, and I got filled out right down here for 30 coins. Loving it. $100. Stoked. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the market, see how we're trending. We'll do an update. We'll do a view all. Oh, see, this is what happens when fish comes on. It was bottoming out at 400 billion total market cap this morning, and that's really kicking back nicely. I think it'd be like 420 based on this. Come on, internet. 410. Damn it. All right, so yeah, looking good in the last hour. Woohoo, Neo. Hourglass is doing backflips. Good to see. Oh, Icon making good move too in the last hour. That's good to see after I got 30 of them for $27 or something. So that's now worth 120. Yeah, so almost $100. Hey, this is one I was taking a look at, guys. Ucash. This pumped up to like $1.6 billion market cap this morning. Got up above Icon. And it looks all right. I don't understand how it could be worth $1 billion. I know it's new to the market. It looks okay. I just can't see it being $1 billion valuation at this early stage. Please make your own decisions, as always, when investing in the crypto economy. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't mind the last hour. If we can kick on from here, we could be over the Sunday lull period into Monday morning trading in most of the world coming up. I don't know, in about, let's say, 12 hours. Well, anywhere from, well, Monday morning in Asia is starting now, and then we work our way through the rest of the world. So, yeah, hopefully Monday we can pick up the volume, pick up the prices, and break the bearish trend. I don't see it as broken yet, by the way, guys. I'd like to see a lot more sideways movement, or a lot more confidence at higher prices to think that we've broken bear markets. PIVX has just been steady lately. It's like down 1.64% for the 7 days. Not too bad. I think we'll make a good comeback hopefully soon. Oh, shivers, I'm not supposed to talk about price. But we do have, let's talk about something that we do have, which is, you know, a stack of development targets. I think around 30 coming up this year, including iOS wallet release this month. This month or next month. It's first quarter, so keep an eye out for that as well. Yeah. All right, coming back to the chat. No, are you kidding? Naughty-o. Hey, Mike. I caught up with Mike this morning in one of the live chats. How are you, man? Stacking 99. Yeah, I missed out on so many good ICOs because my government loves us so much. That's an interesting way of putting it, dude. Naughty-o said, JR Garage has mooned you cash. Were they promoting it? Don't tell me that. We haven't got kids doing pump and dumps, have we? I'll go around and beat them up myself. I will, JR Garage. That's it. Or I will pay the money for you to fly to D-Bus so I don't have to put in so much effort. We'll teach you how to not be kids. That's ridiculous. No, I wouldn't get in now anyway, Seb. I think it's overvalued for what it is, man. It looks all right. Don't get me wrong. It looks interesting, but there's no way that they've got the sort of adoption at the moment that justifies that sort of price. I haven't even looked at the white paper in the team yet, but I had a quick look at the value proposition because it was getting pumped. Give me a second, guys. I've got someone at the door. No, mate. Thank you. Cheers. Awesome. Did somebody say my PIVX hat's just arrived? Yes. Well, it's the base for them. I've still got to take them down to the embroider and get them actually done up. So, yeah. Naughty-o said I was just kidding about JR Garage. They like XRP because it's so decentralized. Yeah. Mikey said, I'll go beat them up myself. Biggest laugh out. Like, I wouldn't be like, you know, just a friendly beat up. I wouldn't be super violent, but they go and play with your cars, fellas. That's the thing, isn't it? Serious pump and dump red flags all over that, especially since JR Garage is pumping it. I don't think they actually are stacking 9mm. I think that was that was a bit of tongue-in-cheek comment by Naughty-o. But yeah, they should stay away from crypto. I mean, honestly, if I was to go and review a car, I'd be like, that's the steering wheel, that's the accelerator. When you go like this with your foot, it goes vroom, vroom. You know what I mean? And that would probably insult car people. And to be honest, when I'm a tech idiot and I've spent as much time and effort as I have researching to try and catch up to have some sort of intelligent conversation with regards to crypto, it's insulting to me when they come out and get 200,000 views with a video like that. And people saying how good it was. Like, you're kidding me. So, yeah, maybe I should go and I'll go and review a car. Should we go and review a car? Show you how well I can do that. Mikey said you'd be doing the world a favour if you went and beat them up. Naughty-o said you have to wait till school's out, though. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Pack coins. Sorry, I got a bit of a giggle on just then. That was hilarious. Cheers for the belly laugh. So Australian, love it. Yeah. Yeah, we like to have a laugh. That's the thing. I saw Paddy in the surf the other day and goes, shit, Fish, I was watching your stream the other day. He said, what's it with the dudes coming through your house with axes? And I'm like, oh, no. Pretty casual, aren't we? I want to see what these hats look like. I know I shouldn't do this live, but these are the ones I'm going to get made up for PIVX. Oh, I like the colour. That's a good start. What do you reckon, guys? So, one of those PIVX symbols. They're going to look sick. They're going to look epic. They're good. Yep. Happy. So, get one of the actual PIVX, like the shield. That shield on that quarter there, and then like, I don't know, pivx.org across the back or something, or across the side. I reckon they're going to look good. When are you going traveling? Will you be streaming? Yeah, I will. Why not? I won't do it like, I might do it every day. We'll see what happens. Have a look. Like I'm going with Wilkie. You guys know Wilkie. Well, you hear about Wilkie a lot. He's been on the show once before. But yeah, so me and Wilkie might do some streaming. He researches the crap out of his crypto, so he'll be good to add to the conversation. He's really bullish on IOTA again after that Taipei announcement. The identities on the IOTA blockchain. That was an announcement made from the IOTA team. So he's getting super bullish on IOTA again. I'm trying to keep his head in the game. He's now calling IOTA to a 33% dominance again. I'm like, you're a moron. You are going to owe me that 2 IOTA in December. So yeah, that's a little bet that we've got going. I don't like to bet, guys, but with crypto, I guess it's a bit of fun. It was only 2 IOTA at the time. It was 50 cents an IOTA or something like that. It's probably still around that. So no, it's more than that now, obviously. But yeah, so it wasn't a huge bet. But Wilkie said that IOTA would reach he was so bullish on at one stage that he said it would reach 33% dominance in the economy. No, it didn't, Mikey, but it wouldn't surprise me. Mikey said, watch out. I think Cadbury trademarked that colour. Did you hear about that? No, but it wouldn't surprise me, man. You know, it even happened in the bodyboarding world where Moray, was it Moray? Manta came out and tried to, like, they literally tried to come out, and I think they were successful in doing it, and patent the colour combination of black and red on bodyboards. So you can't use those colour combinations anymore. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm kind of each way on it, Mikey. Like Wilkie was going, oh, Fish, did you hear this about IOTA? I'm like, yeah, but the wallet wasn't overly successful, and we need working wallets, and we need it to be easy for people, not that they have to generate their own wallets and crap like that. So I still think they've got a little way to go. That's all I said to Wilkie. So I know it's low, but I'm not really buying anymore. I got enough to see me through. I don't hold a huge bag of it, but it's decent enough that if it skyrockets. Wilkie's opinion with IOTA, and I tend to agree with him, is that you don't need a lot of it because it's going to go one way or another. We've talked about this for a long time. It's either probably going to fall out into obscurity altogether, or it'll moon like crazy moon. So it's kind of a coin flip for me. So with coin flips, I don't tend to put a whole lot of money in. You don't risk a whole lot of money on a coin flip. You try and get better things that are more certain, you know. Yeah, Internet of Things is a big area for potential. Masa from SoftBank is interested in that area. Masayoshi's son, that is. Mikey, don't worry, Fish. They only tried to, but they literally tried to copyright that color. Yeah, man, that's crazy, right? It's all good. I'm looking forward to getting these caps made up, though. I'm going to head down to the embroiderer after this, drop them off and say, let's get this done, because I want my surf caps. My other one just smells. I've worn it everywhere. I've worn it. I don't know if you guys have seen, but like back when I first started getting sponsored by PIVX, I went down and covered the Cabarita surfing competition. And while I was there, a pod of dolphins rocked up, like fair way out to sea. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go find them. So I've like swum with dolphins in that cap. I've skateboarded all around Coolangatta, sweated up a storm in it. So it's time for a new one. But fortunately, I've got a big box of them. So I'm going to get a bunch of them done. And any profits that are made from the sale of these caps, I'll put towards Tanya's surfing career. I was speaking to Chad from PIVX this morning. He said, how's everything going? I said, good, man, good. We were just talking budgets and that. And I said, you know, it costs $4,000 just for registration for the WQS. And then there's individual event costs as well. So Tanya has to pay $4,000 at the start of the season to be on the World Tour, the World Qualifying Series. So yeah, it's a lot of expense in it. And then you got to travel to each event and all that sort of thing. Nodio said Trinity Wallet's really good. It runs on there. Seb's got some Trinity. Stacking 9 said it's a good price at the moment. I'm thinking about getting more before it hits more exchanges. Cool, guys. I've heard a lot about Trinity. Why don't I do a review on it soon? And then I can buy some as well if I like it. We'll see how we go. Not trying to sound like I'm pumping it or anything, just seeing if others are aware of how undervalued it is. Thanks, Stacking 99. No, that's what we do here, man. Trinity will probably dump now. Sorry, guys. No, look, you give your opinion. That's all you can do. And then we give it back. We had a look at one on the show yesterday that we weren't that fond of. Everyone agreed the inflation rate was too high. And Stacking 9mm, I will be polite about doing it. But if I don't like Trinity, I'll tell you. I won't. I would expect that that's what friends do, right? Let's be honest with each other. So I have to have a look at it first, though. Roland Carl now is going to touch $700 before the end of 2018. Hourglass reckons $1,000. Roland Carl said Ethereum could possibly break $5,000. Do you guys think a flippening will happen between Ethereum and Bitcoin? I'd love to hear your opinions on that. Zhao's in. Zhao said McAfee's a kook. Yeah, he is, man. A little bit. A rich kook at that. If now hits $700 to $1,000 and Trinity is being used, can't see how Trinity won't be at least $5 to $10. Thanks, Stacking. It's cool, man. I'll go and have a look at it. I like getting some tips off you guys. It's a good product. You aren't pumping it. If you want to learn how to pump, see the school kids. Yeah, naughty-o, that's it, eh? Seb Fox, apparently the TNC team, being Trinity, has said that they are in negotiations with a number of exchanges. Seb Fox, that's an ongoing thing for every crypto, man. If you're not in negotiations with exchanges, you're doing the wrong thing. We have an integration team, and then on top of that, members just of our community at PIVX just go and hassle the exchanges or ask them, please, can you add PIVX? So yeah, if you're not in negotiations with the exchanges, you're doing the wrong thing. So just saying that you are is not really a big deal. When you actually get announcements that we will be listed on X exchange, or usually you don't get to make those announcements as the currency. The exchanges like to make those announcements themselves, and you are actually under threat of losing your listing if you go out and spill the beans. So yeah, I don't think that's necessarily super bullish that they've got negotiations, because everyone does. But I'm really interested to go and have a look at Trinity, because so far, no negative comments from anyone. Please, guys, if you've got the alternate view, that's what we do on this channel. No one gets hassled. No one gets in trouble if they go, I hate Trinity. Just give us your reasons, though. We want to know. So please do, Fish, one of the very few honest YouTubers, and I appreciate you. Oh, thanks, Stacking. Cheers, man. Appreciate you guys as well. That's where it comes from. It's back and forth, right? It's a small channel. It's intimate. I think it works well. I think if it ever does grow big, it'll lose some of its charm, because we get to have a good chat. I've seen the big YouTubers and I've seen their chat. How could you possibly speak to everyone? Anton says no flippening, thinks BTC will hold over Ether. In terms of market cap, we're talking about. Ravi's in and said ICX or Neo or Wabi. Whoa. Yes, yes, and yes. No, obviously you're asking for the best of the three. This is a discussion I had with a friend of mine only a couple of nights ago, Ravi. We were talking about ICX versus Neo, and I said potential for gains ICX. Safety, like in terms of a safer bet, I think is Neo. And he said, oh, but Neo's based in China. I said, it doesn't matter. I said, even if China, the network is not just based in China, the network's distributed across internationally. So if China say no, that's fine. Neo might have started in China, but it doesn't mean it'll just die if China says no to crypto. We've already seen China say no. We've already banned it. Now's price has been affected with the rest of the market, but not to the point of, oh, Neo's not going to exist anymore. So yeah, I think ICX is probably the best. Oh, I don't know, ICX or Wabi for potential for gains. I do like Wabi as well. RFID technology, right? Wabi, I'm thinking of the right one there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wabi. But man, I think you've got three good selections there. If I had to choose one, Neo for safety, ICX for potential gains. Wabi's, it's probably got the biggest potential. It's got the biggest potential because it's got the lowest market cap to actually gain value. But at the same time, I think it's less likely to gain huge value than ICX is, because I've done maths on ICX as well. Don't know if you've ever seen that, Ravi, but I did an ICX formula, man. And it takes it to $30 based on $30.73 based on Korean money. So I did some figures based on the average hold for Koreans in crypto, blah, 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 blah. Did some maths on it. So yeah, I can comfortably say that provided everything rebounds like I think it will and onto new all-time highs this year, that ICX should see that $30.73 price point. Provided my maths is, provided the assumptions in my maths hold up. If Lightning goes big, I don't think there will be a flipping short, medium term. Possibly long term as Icon gets established. Oh, no, I wasn't talking about an Icon flipping. I was talking about Ethereum. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. Ron Carl said ICX can hit $50 before 2019. Wow, that'd be nice. I got a huge bag of it. Got into it at ICO. Mikey, Sayfish, thanks heaps for the great charts, insightful and helpful. Last question, I heard you say to D once, never sell all your position. Can you elaborate on your attitude about that? Cheers. Yeah, Mikey, for sure, man. So I don't necessarily, like if you've lost faith in a project or you're no longer interested in being an investor there, that's fine. But D was learning about trading, okay? And she was trading way too heavy. So the swings in this market, it's like you can lose your whole bag because you've traded it out at 20% profit, and it goes 50%, retraces 10% the next day, but it never gets back down to where you sold it. And you can lose the whole bag. So it's more about scaling in and out for me. And also, I just don't like to dump the whole bag. I did it with Neo because I was trying to accumulate, and I thought, the run up to $10 was so quick from $1.30 compared to what I was used to in stocks and commodities and fiat currency, which is moves a 0.25% a day in a big day. So yeah, I wasn't used to this sort of stuff, and I bought Now at $1.30 and dumped the whole bag at $10, even though I thought, it's a really promising project. I was just like, no, I've got to dump the whole bag, and it turned out I was right. And now actually, at least for that stage, and it retraced to I think $4.80 during the run back down, but I never bought it back. I got preoccupied with other coins. Next day it was up 20%. It was up 20% again. It was up 20% again. I'm like, I don't want to buy into that growth. And I never bought it back till $35 for Now, after dumping a whole bag at 10. And that was painful. So if you believe in the project, I don't think it's a great idea to dump the whole bag, because whilst there is huge fluctuations in this economy, there are certain points that it just won't come back from. Like, do you guys really think I'm ever going to get PIVX at $1.50 and $1.80 again? I seriously doubt that. So, yeah, you could have bought it at $1.50, sold it at $1.80, bought back at $1.50, sold it at $1.80. But once that happened, it went past $1.80. It never came back again. There was a time when that happened. So that's why I don't like to dump the whole bag when I'm trading. I trade small amounts of my overall investment and keep the rest in the long-term bag. I think the flipping is only there if Bitcoin continues to fall, said Roland. I like the opinions on this, guys. It's good debate at the moment. The Trinity wallet works well. Saw the live vid on Supperman. Did he yell at you, Nodio? They were at the Neo conference about 10 days back. Fisho, scan through Supplement's vid and you'll see it work. Cool, man. I will. I'll go and have a look at it. I don't feel like getting yelled at the moment, though, so I'm not going to share the video. I'm only joking. Supplement seems cool, but he's very loud. Yeah, VeChain looks good. It's been doing really well. It's had immense growth. That's my problem, is buying into something now, because I've actually already got some. So I picked it up a little bit earlier. But those RFID projects have done well. Walton's done well since, there's not a stack of coins that would be in positives from the start of the year. Walton Coin's actually one of them. So I'm pretty happy with my Walton Coin investment. Joe, sorry guys, can't go live after Fish tonight. Byteball starting to move. We'll probably be live later. Stay tuned. Yeah, cool. Blue collar crypto, that is, guys. If you're interested in talking crypto, doing the live chats, Joe does it as well. He's only just started, so get over there, give him some support. Throw some curveball questions at him. Ron Carl thinks Ethereum will really need good announcements to achieve that. flipping. I'm still waiting for Koreans to get into ICX. When Korean exchange? No idea, Seb. No idea. Obviously, BitThumb would be BitThumb and Upbit would be big listings. Yeah, I think that just increasing their availability at all is going to be positive for ICX. We've seen it time and time again where it does actually hold price down. But I reckon the flipping can only be short-term flip, long-term will reverse once capital flows start to pour into BTC. Yeah. Yeah, you saw that. Okay, cool. I'm so far behind. Sorry, Ravi. I'm only just answering now. Thoughts on one chain? Has it hit exchanges yet, Anton? I don't think it's hit yet. Everyone's asking whether it's going to hit Binance. Man, heavily anticipated. I'm going to wait and see what happens when it hits market. It's usually with these really anticipated coins, people FOMO the crap out of it. One of our crypto wave investment crew said it's often the best time to buy is 2 weeks after the ICO launches, like 2 weeks after it launches on market when it all settles down. Again, not financial advice, and just because it happened in the past with other ICOs doesn't mean it's going to happen this time. But I do tend to find there is a repeating pattern when there's a heavily anticipated ICO that's sold out, that's hitting markets, it pumps to crazy prices, dumps down where everyone wants to actually cash out some profit from the ICO, and that boom and bust cycle and the psychological wave of emotions that people go through happens within the space of 10 minutes. It's insane. So yeah, look for a massive dip off the first day of launch if you can keep an eye on it. The best way to do it is to join up to our Discord group, because there's about 50 people waiting for the one chain launch, and I think that we'll be pretty quick to get that news on our Discord group, like we were with Icon. Wabi, that's a name created solely for name rebrand pump. Just saying, said Ethercept. Cool, man. No, you're allowed your opinion. You know that, Ethercept. We like them all. Keeps us level-headed. BB Junkie agrees. Don't do what I did. I had 1,000 Neo. I bought around $5 on average. Sold majority around $30. Still holding some, but would have been better off holding most. Yeah, man. That's the same as me. Or a similar story to me, stacking. Anton, we all share the same story. We have less opportunity costs than non-crypto people. Yeah. Still, some of the problems on CoinMarketCap with the prices. Look at BTG, $113, Bittrex, and Binance, 386 on Coin One. Yeah, I mean, the Korean premium has come back into the market, but if anyone's considering trying to perform arbitrage, just make sure the exchanges are open. Just make sure that you can actually deposit whatever coin you're looking to perform arbitrage with, and be aware that there is unless you've got the coins already on both exchanges, there's risk involved between the time when you move from exchange to exchange, because that inflated market of 3x can be gone within seconds. Seems like everyone wanted one not out yet. No, I didn't think it was out yet. I'm looking forward to see how it goes when it hits. I always like seeing how these really heavily anticipated ones go in the hit market. BB Junkies said, I was burned a few times with Neo, selling to buy back, and then it takes off. Now I hodl. Neo is one that just, when it gets parabolic, it seems to go even more parabolic than the others. At least it has this year. Sorry, for the last 8-9 months since I've been in the economy. When it goes, it goes. Great arbitrage on that BTG, Fisher. You're an arbitrage legend. I'm not going to go do it now, man. I especially, I've got no interest in accumulating Bitcoin Gold anyway. So I know you can just perform arbitrage and so on, but just don't want to. Arbitrage is labor intensive. It involves risk unless you've got the coins preset on both accounts. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd rather just research. I've learned losing profits. This is stacking, speaking to Seb. I've learned losing profits is part of the crypto game and happens to all of us. At least we profited and didn't lose any actual money, though. Now I always hold at least 60% and swing trade 40%. It's a pretty cool ratio, stacking 9. Mine's probably a little lower on the trading side, a little higher on the bag holding side. But yeah, man, you come up with those ratios. For me, also stacking, it depends on the coin. If I really like the coin, I might only trade 10 or 20% of the total bag. Anton, we've got a link in the description, man. There's a link in the description of the video for our Discord group. So if you just click on there, Crypto Wave Investment Crew Discord group, we've got all sorts of chat stuff going on in there. Looking at a couple of ICOs at the moment. Johnny Crypto is the founder of the Crypto Wave Investment Crew. He's running one at the moment. I've just expressed my interest in another one. So we're in the early stages of the one I'm doing. Jiao's, I think, getting a lot closer to actually pulling triggers. Do I throw big parties for launches? Man, we were looking at it for Icon because we were very bullish about having bought it at ICO after we, and then we tracked the futures market on it and we knew we were going to be in for a big game. So we were going to throw one for that, but Jace was overseas when it happened. So we didn't end up doing it, but we caught up. We all caught up recently. It's probably about a month ago now. We had a bit of a drink, which I don't do very often. So I knocked a drink over on Wilkie's carpet. It's very embarrassing. Seb said, with regards to one launch, if it's anything like ICX, the cheapest prices were a few hours after the launch. Yeah, that actually, yeah, we bought in again at that point because we all got notified on our Discord group that it had hit markets. We'd been watching it at futures. We knew it was at least a $2 to $3 coin based on a futures market that no one was bloody trading in. So we knew that it was going to be at least that much, and it dropped at $1.20, 80 cents. It got as low as. But yeah, that ICX pickup I got last night was awesome. I know it's only 30 coins, but 30 coins for $27 against Binance coin, that was a big pickup. Like, you know, big percentage gain. It's like 4x straight away as soon as I wake up in the morning. I've found most exchanges won't let you deposit BTG, Bitcoin Gold. KuCoin won't. That's interesting. I don't really have any of it anyway. I probably do. I don't even know where it is. Don't care. Oh, lots of stuff here. Well, and Carl. With a lot of these exchanges launches, the profit taking leads to a dump. Yeah, for sure. That's why they've started putting in vesting periods and all sorts of things to try and stop the whales dumping. But thus far, it hasn't been super successful because a lot of them do. I opened a non-KYC account on cost, then after discovered it had to be KYC for you to withdraw. Wow. They shouldn't let you. They shouldn't let you. I don't think they should let you deposit unless you've gone through enough to allow yourself to withdraw. You know what I mean? I always don't like I take the money so easy and then make it so hard for me to get it out. So I don't really like that strategy. But I can say I've had plenty of experience on the KuCoin exchange and it's been above board for me. Jazz said, I believe they are waiting for a more bullish market to come out and cheaper than ICO prices on exchanges soon after launch. Also, you need solid jocks to do arbitrage. Yeah, man. That's it. You got to hold your nerve. So sometimes opportunities when you can get into ICO. Yeah. Okay, you were sorry, Roland Carr, because it came in 2 bits. I didn't read it properly. Arbitrage lesson. BNB coin on YoBit is actually boats and bitches coin. Pardon. A scam. Some crypto comparison sites don't distinguish and compare them. Learning lessons the hard way, yes. Oh, man, I didn't even know that, Mikey. That sucks, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. This is why, this is what gets people screaming, make it illegal. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme because there are actually scams involved in genuinely good technology. Sounds like one of them. So yes, do your due diligence. Make sure you're reading into what coin they're actually offering on the exchange. That's happened before as well. BitConnect and Bitcoin Cash were both being offered as BCC on different exchanges at different times. I don't know if that's been fixed now. I just know that used to be the case. I remember seeing it and going, huh? Seeing a few blue-collar crypto accounts. What one am I looking for? Andy G? The newest one? He only launched recently, man. He only uploaded half a dozen videos or maybe a dozen videos on there. People are building up a one chain to be the most ultra hype coin, or one of I've ever seen. Yeah, it could be well, it's hyped for sure. Need to see what price it hits at. That's it. I'll do some maths on it and see where I'm happy to buy it. Yeah, Ravi, we got a couple of ICOs going at the moment in the group, man, but we make a rule not to talk about them on YouTube until we've actually secured our investment. It's just for the benefit of the group, man. I got 50 people wanting to get into an ICO, and I go and talk about it on YouTube, and it sells out. I've contributed to that, so yeah. I know it seems a little selfish, but I like to look after the crew first. So sue me. But Ravi, everyone's welcome. So you're welcome to join up to our Crypto Wave investment crew, man. Links in the description. Just join up. Got a couple of ICOs on the go at the moment. Check your YouTube message, Fisho. I'll throw in my mobile number. I did put it in there yesterday too. Yeah, cool, Nadia. I'll have a look then. Anton's going to join soon. Wish you a successful week ahead and keep cool like always. Don't let your mood get influenced by the market like me. Yeah, no, you got to stay cool, man. Just go for a surf or skateboard, snowboard, whatever it is you do. Play some music. Go and say hello to a neighbor. Just chill. Oh, is it? BB Junkie? Well, I've got work to do, haven't I? Just finished one and we're on to the next one. Guys, BB Junkie has just told us that Gladius is unlocking today. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, Crypto Wave investment crew were accepted in the pre-sale. So we've got a substantial amount of that. Looking forward to Gladius. I think there's a real, Q-Link had a good recovery at stages last time I checked it. And obviously at its highs, it was ridiculous. But I think Gladius is going to do well. I really do. I think DDoS protection is, they've established a void in the real world market. So Gladius as a service to me is necessary anyway, because you've got $500 plans and then you've got $5,000 plans and nothing in between for a growing business. But then they've gone, well, there's this niche, there's this need. We can do it with a distributed network, which is creative technology. And then on top of that, we've got blockchain, which is, a lot of people just put stuff on blockchain because, we'll do this. And it's exactly the same as the old business world, but it's this with blockchain. Gladius is not one of those projects for mine. So I think it's got a huge amount of potential. So I'm really looking forward to see when that hits markets. When do we hit markets with that one, BB? It's like the end of the month, isn't it? 24th or something, I want to say. 24th for markets on Gladius. It's just off the top of my head. Jiao says that one will pump like crazy. There is some crypto influencers talking about big money waiting for listing. Cool. Thanks, Jiao. I wish the acronyms were finite and unique. It would seriously help a lot. Yeah, that's it, eh? No, that's it though, Mikey. It's pretty hard when you got BCC and BCC being Bitcoin Cash and BitConnect. I mean, they're both garbage, so it doesn't. It's just which form of garbage you want. No, I'm joking. To anyone who's a fan of Bitcoin Cash, BitConnect, I'm being dead serious about. It is absolute shit. Don't touch it. The bonus is still locked, right? Yeah, I think we got like a couple of month vesting period or something. I have to double check, man. We can check with. I haven't spoken to Alex in ages. Just let him do his thing. He's got a business to run, so I haven't contacted him in a while. But I can if you want. Check on the bonuses. Yeah, I think they have got one exchange. I don't think they've got major exchanges, BB, but I think they're launching to one exchange or two exchanges on the 24th or something like that. I'd read something about it, man. I'll have to go back and check my notes. I'm not worried anyway. I'm more interested in the tech on that one. Speaking to Wilkie about it last night, and he said, I was saying to him, I think Gladius is a good hold. So if they get this right, it's a huge industry. And DDoS attacks are becoming more and more prevalent. So if they can provide a efficient and affordable solution to that, could be off to the races. Why is that, Seb? Seb said my one chain fund has been reduced by 60%. Don't know why that's happened. Just going to do an update. I want to see how the market's trending. All right, cool, Nadia. I'll check it, man. I'll check it. Market looks pretty good. 412 billion or not. I'm pretty happy with that. Got to be happy with that. Hey guys, I'm getting warm. Lunch will be on you. No worries, man. Yeah, I'll come down soon, Noddy, because like I said, my sister's got the kids, so I'll go visit the kids, and my nieces will jump all over me for like a couple of hours and tie me out, and then we can go have a beer or something. Go have some lunch. I believe it's 1 month vesting. It could be shower. It's hard for like we've done a few ICOs, man. I know that we've got a vesting period. I just can't remember exactly how long it is. We've had a few recently, so. Bitgrail seems really sketchy from what I'm reading. Roland Carl, we did actually have, there's an article in the description, man, that I found about that as well, saying that the Italian dude's full of shit, basically, and he couldn't have got hacked because you'd be able to see it on the blockchain. You aren't allowed at the races on the skateboard, mate. I don't allow myself at the races at all because I'm an ex-gambler. Was holding extra funds in ICX leading up to the annual summit. Wasn't expecting the sell-off, then the crash. I was expecting a sell-off a little bit, sort of. I thought the announcements might be, people might be more bullish on the applications being announced, but they weren't. Yeah, you enjoy your Arvo as well, Mikey, or morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Roland Carl, 14 Mag articles insinuates that they are crying wolf to cover liquidity issues. Yeah. Yeah, I read the exact same article, man. We've got it in the description. Well picked up, Roland Carl. Yeah, cool, Ravi. We'll catch up with you over there, Discord, man. I'm on there. I'm getting back over there once a day now. I had to have a bit of a break from it. I had a massive amount of work to do with PIVX and also with the project that I've been working on. So we'll catch up with you over at Discord, man. It'll be cool. Yeah, just Fortune article under video. Yeah, cool. All right, guys, I'm out because it's hot and I need some lunch. It's been fun having a chat again. We'll be back tomorrow for another crypto conversation. And I will do some streams from over in Japan as well. Keep things interesting. I'll try and get down to the beach soon, guys, and do like a full hour down from the beach. Be fun. Anyway, until tomorrow, happy investing. Only invest what you can afford to lose. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.